Welcome to another Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union broadcast of Lumberjack basketball. Join us as we bring you the action live from the court with Tim Parrish. We want to take a moment to thank all of our Lumberjack sports sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now for the countdown to tip-off with Tim Parrish, and go Lumberjacks! And welcome, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here at Les Rogers Court in Sandpoint, Idaho, as your Lumberjack boys get set to open their basketball season against a tough Sandpoint Bulldog team. And we've had a couple of games, actually 1.5 games have been completed, as we had a C-team game earlier with the C-team losing in that one. Currently, JV is at halftime. The JV boys trail 39-20 to the Sandpoint Bulldog JV, which, if you really want to think about it, the Sandpoint JV team is definitely a lot more like a varsity squad. So it is not necessarily a reflection on this JV squad for St. Mary's. They're playing a team that would be probably as good as a varsity squad. So they're out there battling in their first action of the season. And then coming up, we'll have the main event with the Lumberjack boys taking on Sandpoint in a 5A, 3A clash between the two schools. And St. Mary's has played Sandpoint the last couple of years, and we'll talk about that later. Right now, though, we'll take a quick break, and then we will come back, and we'll have a senior spotlight. We've got Jack Barta for our senior spotlight for tonight. But for now, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with that after a word from our sponsors.
Nothing comes easy. Every day, every dollar, every decision. So your finances should work just as hard as you do. With a free Ascend checking account from P1FCU, you can earn real rewards for the work you're already doing. No gimmicks, just better banking. Because around here, dividends are for the doers. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's. When you think of Potlatch Deltic, you might think logs or lumber. When I think about Potlatch Deltic, I think of family, community, compassion. You see, Potlatch Deltic is more than some company in St. Mary's. Potlatch Deltic is a community supporter in more ways than one. Whether it's donating to a fundraiser or nonprofit group, or giving a high schooler a summer job that could very well turn into a career, Potlatch Deltic is there for our community. We, for one, want to thank Potlatch Deltic for what they do and hope that you will also. Potlatch Deltic, proud supporters of, well, St. Mary's.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Idaho. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, well, well. Are you in need of a reputable, experienced, and knowledgeable well drilling and pump company? Look no further than Interstate Drilling and Pump. Interstate Drilling and Pump drills new wells, deepens existing wells, installs and repairs pumps, and does well testing both for water quality and gallons per minute. Interstate Drilling and Pump has 24-plus years of experience and serves from Moscow to Rathdrum and the Silver Valley. Well, what are you waiting for? Get on their schedule today. That's Interstate Drilling and Pump, 208-245-5101. 208-245-5101, Interstate Drilling and Pump.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care, so you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau Insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's. And it's time for our senior spotlight. And today's senior spotlight, we have Lumberjack senior Jack Barta. Thanks for talking to us, Jack.
Thanks for having me, Tim.
All right. Excited for your senior year?
Oh, I can't wait.
So start off, what sports do you play?
I play football and basketball.
Any chance that it's your final year in high school that you play something in the spring?
Maybe. I've been thinking about it.
I've heard that. I've heard it from somebody else, and I'm not going to name names or say what sport you're thinking. So, which one is your favorite sport to play, and why is it?
I like football better. I mean, I love both sports, but I've always played football since I was a kid. So, I mean, yeah.
What would you say playing sports has taught you?
Just a lot about teamwork and perseverance. I mean, nothing will teach you that as good as football or basketball or anything like that.
What is one of your favorite things about playing sports?
Winning.
Straightforward answer right there. Just winning. What's your least favorite thing?
Losing, probably. Yeah.
And I noticed that on your guys' Instagram, you guys had this question the other day. Favorite pro sports team and player?
My favorite player is Caleb Williams.
All right. What are your goals this year on and off the field or the court?
I want to win the state championship, either football or basketball. I think we'll do.
Want to win one or two?
Oh, yeah.
What about off the court or field? School, I guess, kind of goals.
Just keep the good grades. I mean, I want to get into good college, so, yeah.
All right. This is our senior spotlight. We're talking with Jack Barta today. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more.
Like most backseat drivers, I'm all about safety. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So Les Schwab Tires makes my job easy. With services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Those cheap tire centers just throw on tires, and that's it. Now, I'm not telling people how to do their job. Blinker. I'm just glad Les Schwab takes safety as seriously as me.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing since 1952.
It's in Park, right?
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
If you want the best, you hire the best. Top Grade Roofing and Construction has over 25 years of experience and is licensed and insured. Top Grade Roofing and Construction can and will build just about anything. Need a deck? They can do it. Need siding? Yep. How about a fence? Of course. I mean, Top Grade Roofing and Construction might even build you a chicken coop if you ask. That's Top Grade Roofing and Construction. Call Vince for a free consultation at 208-269-3111. That's 208-269-3111. Top Grade Roofing and Construction. Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Hugh and Margie Gannon of St. Mary's are proud to support the Lumberjacks and this Lumberjack Sports broadcast. The Gannons want to wish the Lumberjacks the best of luck this sports season and want you to know that they are proud of you. The Gannons say, "Go Lumberjacks!"
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings, but it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
And we have Jack Barta on our senior spotlight. Jack, what are your plans after high school?
I want to go to and I just want to get a good job.
So what's your favorite subject in school?
Ooh.
Oh, must have a few of them that you like, or you don't like really, one or the other.
Probably advanced fit.
All right. Let's see, where are we at? Oh, okay. Somebody that you look up to in your life.
My dad. Always have, yeah.
Nicknames. Does your teammates have a nickname for you?
Not really, no.
I don't really ever hear anybody say anything, call you anything other than either Barta or Jack. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's your most memorable moment to this point in high school?
Going down to state my sophomore year for basketball. That was just really fun. Yeah, being there with the guys.
And who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and my grandparents for always being there for me, taking me to everything. It's great.
All right. Well, I think that's all the questions we've got for you, Jack. We want to wish you good luck in your senior year and beyond. And, hey, thanks for talking to us.
Of course. Thank you, Tim.
That's been our Senior Spotlight with Jack Barta. We'll take another break and be back with more after this. Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
Sometimes accidents happen. You never thought it would happen to you, but it did. Where can you turn for that friendly hand of support? Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy in St. Mary's, where you'll find personalized care. Whether you need crutches, supports, wheelchairs, or even a hospital bed, Jack's is here for you. We service both Medicare and Medicaid. If you need durable medical equipment, come to Jack's, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Bennewash, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Mary's High School, pick up your copy of the St. Mary's Gazette Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Mary's Gazette Record, pick up a copy today. And Tim Parrish here at Les Rogers Court in Sandpoint, Idaho, as your Lumberjack boys get set to open up their season against the Sandpoint Bulldogs. JV game currently underway, 53-24 in favor of Sandpoint JV. This is the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to tip off, as your Lumberjacks, of course, once again hosting or traveling to Sandpoint to take on the Bulldogs. Take a quick look at the standings right now in the 3A Central Idaho League, as several teams have already, just about every team has played except for St. Mary's. This is the Lumberjacks' first game of the season. A couple of the other teams have played or playing their second or third games already. Speaking of that, the Kellogg Wildcats, they are actually, I think Orofino would now technically be top of the league right now with a 2-0 overall record. They beat Prairie 46-43 last night, or in their first game. Then they beat Kamei 68-34 last night. And they will be at Priest River, third game of the season, being a league matchup on the 5th, which is Friday night. So Orofino getting into league play right away. Kellogg got a 1-0 record. They beat Moscow 66-52. They will start their Silver Valley tournament on the 5th. They will be doing that in Kellogg. St. Mary's would be sitting in that number 3 slot with no wins, no losses. They are here at Sandpoint tonight. Grangeville has an 0-1 record. They lost 71-60 to Logos. And Priest River 0-1. They lost 68-42 to Timberlake. And they are going to host Orofino on Friday. So that's a look at your 3A Central Idaho League standings. We'll take another break and come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to tip-off after a word from our sponsors. The name says it all. Taco About It. What is it, you may ask? It's the best taco truck in town. Might even be the only taco truck in town. If you like tacos, and who doesn't, then you need to stop by Taco About It, located at 128 South Highway 3 in St. Mary's, across the street from XXX Feeds. Taco About It has too many tacos to list, so you will just have to try them all. Call in your order 208-582-8533, or just stop by. Talk About It, located across the street from XXX Feeds in St. Mary's. When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjacks.
If you know which side of the saw cuts wood, and if you can hammer a nail, you can do it yourself. Carpentry, construction, finishing, or framing, around here, you've got it made. You've got 10th Street Lumber. At 10th Street Lumber, we have the answers to your building and repair project questions. Every day, 10th Street Lumber helps homeowners get quality results. For lumber, block, power tools, fixtures, everything you need for a professional job. Don't pick up a nail until you shop 10th Street Lumber. 10th Street Lumber on the corner of 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
Fall is coming, and of course, cold weather. Now's the time to stock up on a few things. Triple X Feeds has magnetic wood pellets in stock, and it's never too early to be ready for the cold weather. Triple X Feeds also has alfalfa in stock as well as straw. And if you have some four-legged woodland friends that look a little hungry, Triple X Feeds can keep you loaded up on deer feed and deer blocks. Don't wait until the last minute. Stop by Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's today.
And we are back. Tim Parrish here at Les Rogers Court in Sandpoint, Idaho, as your Lumberjacks set to open their season against the Sandpoint Bulldogs for some boys basketball action. I want to remind everybody it's time for the big Christmas sale at Country Fair in St. Mary's. It'll be happening on December the 6th. Pick your discount from 20 to 75% off store-wide. Find toys for the kids, clothes for everyone, boots to keep you cozy, and the latest in women's fashion. Whether you're shopping for gifts or treating yourself, there's something for every wish list. Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. one day only. Don't miss out on Christmas in St. Mary's and big savings at the Country Fair. And let's see here. Give me a quick second. All right, so back to the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off. I had a quick text message that came in from Alex Barta. He wanted to know how that JV game was going. Taking a look at last year's Central Idaho League standings, the Priest River Spartans, they were the league champs, but they got unseated in district play. They ended up not making it state. They were 7-1 in league play, 14-6 overall. They did lose to St. Mary's in the district tournament. St. Mary's finished as the district runner-up with a 6-2 league record, 12-12 overall. They lost to Marsing in the state play-in game. St. Mary's was also the league runner-up. Kellogg finished 4-4 in league play last year, 12-11 on the overall record. Orofino, they were the district champs last year. They came out of nowhere and kind of shocked the league a little bit, but they went 0-2 at state. Overall, they were 9-14 last year with a 3-5 league record. Grangeville was 0-8 last year, 5-17 in their overall record. Looking at the preseason coaches poll for the Central Idaho League, you've got St. Mary's ranked as the team to beat this year. They're ranked as the #1 team in the preseason coaches poll for the Central Idaho League. Tied at second is Kellogg and Orofino. Fourth is Priest River, and fifth is Grangeville. So if you want to know what that means, that is exactly that's where the Central Idaho League coaches, so the coaches for St. Mary's, Kellogg, Orofino, Priest River, and Grangeville, that is where they have voted on where they think everybody's going to place this year in league play. So a lot of confidence there that St. Mary's will jump back to the top of the league here this season. So, you know, it's pretty good. St. Mary's, I do think, has a solid chance at doing so. We're going to take another break. We'll come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Idaho so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
St. Joe Oil isn't just a fuel delivery company. They provide a much larger service than most people realize. St. Joe Oil can sell you a brand new Toyo oil stove and install it for you, and also keep your oil tank full. Not only that, St. Joe Oil plays a very critical role in our local industries. From logging to farming, St. Joe Oil keeps the fuel tanks full. From heating oil to off-road diesel and everything in between, call St. Joe Oil 208-245-2123. That's 208-245-2123. St. Joe Oil.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you, and they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
Whistle Stop Coffee and More has come a long way from the little shop on Railroad Avenue. How far? Not only did they upgrade their Railroad Avenue location, they added a second location. That second location for Whistle Stop Coffee and More is on 313 St. Joe River Road. Both locations offer tasty drinks of coffee, Red Bull, or Lotus Energy, and food options, from acai bowls to cookies and delicious bagel sandwiches. Whistle Stop Coffee and More is the perfect stop for a quick bite and a drink on your way to work or school. Whistle Stop Coffee and More in St. Mary's. Does your furry friend need a bath? Don't want to deal with the hassle and the mess from bathing your furry friend? Make an appointment with Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop today. Barks and Bubbles, located at 402 North 10th Street in St. Mary's, will have your furry friend looking and feeling like $1,000,000 in no time. And guess what? No mess at home, no scratches, and no getting soaked from head to toe. Let Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop handle the work. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop also offers pet boarding. Call for an appointment today at 208-245-5755. That's 208-245-5755. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop in St. Mary's. There's a new shop on Main Street in St. Mary's. It's a gift shop. It's a home decor shop. It's a jewelry shop. It's a shop of bare necessities. Bare Necessities Trading Company is located at 822 Main Avenue in St. Mary's and has just about anything you could think of. From rocks and minerals to specialty foods, knives, and handcrafted soaps and lotions, there really is too much to list. So stop by Bare Necessities Trading Company today and pick up a gift, something new for your house, or a cup of coffee. That's Bare Necessities Trading Company, located at 822 Main Avenue in St. Mary's. This is the Potlatch's #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to Tip-Off. We are here at Les Rogers Court in Sandpoint, Idaho. JV action just about to wrap up on the floor. Tough opening night for the Lumberjack JV crew as they are going to be defeated 77 to, let's not quite finish yet, 43 seconds on the clock. Current score 77-34 as the game coming close to being complete. But I mentioned it earlier at the beginning of the pregame that this JV team for Sandpoint could beat some of the varsity teams out there. This is a 5A school compared to the Lumberjacks 3A, so a couple of classifications up. So there's nothing here to hang their heads low about, as this is just the first action of the season for this JV crew. And like I said, they're playing against a pretty tough opponent tonight. So the final for the JV game, 77-34, and we'll see the varsity guys come out and start warming up here in just a moment. Taking a look at sports around the area for some St. Mary's basketball action for girls. Lumberjack girls 0-1 to start the season in league play, 0-2 overall. Their last action, they lost to Orofino 41-37. They will be at Grangeville on Saturday. We are not going to Grangeville, but if Grangeville happens to have the game on the radio and on their internet stream, we will probably piggyback off of that for a feed, share that link so that Lumberjack fans can tune in to that there as well. So good luck to the girls as they head to Grangeville this Saturday. Wrestling, I don't think they actually have had any matches yet. They're still practicing and getting ready for their first action, but we do want to congratulate Aiden Yearout, as Aiden has committed to go wrestle for NIC, North Idaho College. So staying close to home so family and friends can go and cheer him on and watch him next year in college. And congratulations, Aiden, and good luck. Good luck this year. He's defending state champion in his weight class for state rep for wrestling. So he's looking to defend that title this year. Moving along to the Lakeside Knights, the Lakeside Boys, they've started the season. They started the season with a league game. They are 1-0 in league play, 1-0 overall. They beat Wallace 73, I think it is, no, 75-44, and they are at Potlatch tonight. The Lakeside girls also undefeated, 1-0 in league, 3-0 overall. They beat Coeur d'Alene JV 57-44 in their last game. And they are hosting Timberlake tonight. So good luck to the Lakeside Knights tonight in their basketball action. Over to the Kootenai Warriors. Their boys, they open up tomorrow night versus Deary. And their girls are 0-1 on the early season. They lost 39-19 to Lake City JV. They will be hosting Kootenai Classical Academy on the 13th. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with a look at some last year numbers for the Lumberjacks and more here on the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to Tip-Off.
Nothing comes easy. Every day, every dollar, every decision. So your finances should work just as hard as you do. With a free Ascend checking account from P1FCU, you can earn real rewards for the work you're already doing. No gimmicks, just better banking. Because around here, dividends are for the doers. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's. When you think of Potlatch Deltic, you might think logs or lumber. When I think about Potlatch Deltic, I think of family, community, compassion. You see, Potlatch Deltic is more than some company in St. Mary's. Potlatch Deltic is a community supporter in more ways than one. Whether it's donating to a fundraiser or nonprofit group, or giving a high schooler a summer job that could very well turn into a career, Potlatch Deltic is there for our community. We, for one, want to thank Potlatch Deltic for what they do and hope that you will also. Potlatch Deltic, proud supporters of, well, St. Mary's.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Idaho. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, well, well. Are you in need of a reputable, experienced, and knowledgeable well drilling and pump company? Look no further than Interstate Drilling and Pump. Interstate Drilling and Pump drills new wells, deepens existing wells, installs and repairs pumps, and does well testing both for water quality and gallons per minute. Interstate Drilling and Pump has 24-plus years of experience and serves from Moscow to Rathdrum and the Silver Valley. Well, what are you waiting for? Get on their schedule today. That's Interstate Drilling and Pump, 208-245-5101. 208-245-5101, Interstate Drilling and Pump.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
This is the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to Tip-Off here from Les Rogers Court in Sandpoint, Idaho, as your Lumberjacks get set to do battle with the Bulldogs of Sandpoint, 5A Inland Empire League. Taking a look at some stuff from last year for these Lumberjacks. St. Mary's averaged right around just 49 points per game. I'm sure if you're Coach Chase, you want to see that number really closer to 60. Field goal percentage was okay, 36%. I'm assuming you wanted that around 40% at the varsity level. 3-point percentage, 29%. That should be up hopefully around 35% or so. Free throw percentage, this one really needs to be higher. And again, St. Mary's, we talk about this every year. I think, not saying it would be a miracle, but it would be really nice at least to see the Lumberjacks finish the season shooting at 65% or above from the charity stripe. But that's been one place that St. Mary's struggles a little bit every year, it seems like. So they finished last year at 58% from the free throw line. They averaged about 22 rebounds, 8 assists, and 8 steals per game last year. They gave up around 54 points per game, 38% field goal percentage for their opponents. Their opponents didn't shoot much better from three-point range at 29%. Free throw percentage for their opponents, 64%. 31 rebounds per game for the Lumberjack opponents, and assists per game, 7. I know we are on the road tonight. Well, we'll take a look at these numbers in a little while. These are for Coach Chase. I've got just a little bit of Coach Chase update on his career so far. As we know, Coach Chase in his 12th year at the helm of Lumberjack basketball. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the returning players this year. Jackson Harold, he shot 29% for the Lumberjacks last year. Only averaged about 3 points per game. Didn't play a ton on varsity. He shot about 68% from the free throw line. Jack Barta, he averaged 8 points per game. He's a senior this year. He shot 32% from the field, 27% from downtown, 68% from the free throw line. One of the top free throw shooters for the Jacks last year. JJ Yearout, overall the leading scorer. He averaged about 16 points per game. He shot 39% from the field, 34% from three-point range, but kind of lost his touch at the charity stripe at 58%. Another note for J.J. Yearout, he sits at about 676 career points right now coming into his senior year. And so he's got the potential this year to break the 1,000-point barrier for the Lumberjacks as his individual scoring. Isaiah Gustav averaged about 10 points per game last year, 38% shooter from the field, 32% from three-point range, 62% at the free throw line. Brock Barta, he averaged about 4 points per game last year, one of our assist leaders. Him and Jack, selfish players up there directing the Lumberjack offense last year. Landon Ribrick, he only averaged about 4 points per game. He played a lot later on in the season as he came on in the varsity level, but this year they're expecting big things out of Landon in the post position this season. He has grown about 3 inches over the course of the summer, sits at 6'7" coming into this year. Marcus Speakman, another kind of unknown, as he didn't play a lot of varsity last year, though, against Marcine in that final game of the season for St. Mary's. He had a pretty solid night, and again, he's one that we think could do some good things here this year as a junior. And coming back to the floor this year, no stats last year. The X factor for the Lumberjacks is what I'm calling him, is Xavier Sloper. He was injured and out last year with a knee injury, and I think really he would have been a big help. I think St. Mary's would have probably made state and had a little bit better record last year had he not been injured, because I think he would have been our starting post last year. This year he's listed as a guard on the roster, but one reason I call him an X factor is because really Xavier can play just about anywhere on the court. So he is definitely somebody that defenses are going to have trouble with. So we're expecting some big things in Xavier's senior year as well. A couple of newcomers to the roster this year, floating from Bard JV already, is Bill Dickinson. He's a junior. Rezer Pugh, a junior, and Carter Blackwell also. Or Carter, I got him listed as, I think he's actually a junior. So we've got those guys as well. Tonight's game obviously doesn't make or break nothing, but it is a pretty good game. It could be a statement game for the Lumberjacks if they can come away with a win. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and talk a little bit about Coach Chase's accolades, and then we'll take a look at the Sandpoint Bulldogs.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau Insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Like most backseat drivers, I'm all about safety. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So Les Schwab Tires makes my job easy. With surfaces like brakes, steering, and alignment. Those cheap tire centers just throw on tires, and that's it. Now, I'm not telling people how to do their job. Blinker. I'm just glad Les Schwab takes safety as seriously as me.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing since 1952.
It's in Park, right?
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
If you want the best, you hire the best. Top Grade Roofing and Construction has over 25 years of experience and is licensed and insured. Top Grade Roofing and Construction can and will build just about anything. Need a deck? They can do it. Need siding? Yep. How about a fence? Of course. I mean, Top Grade Roofing and Construction might even build you a chicken coop if you ask. That's Top Grade Roofing and Construction. Call Vince for a free consultation at 208-269-3111. That's 208-269-3111. Top Grade Roofing and Construction. Hey, this is the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to Tip-Off from Les Rogers Court in Sandpoint, Idaho. When you got to go, well, make sure you're good to go with St. Joe Potty Huts. From construction sites to community events, weddings to weekend gatherings, St. Joe Potty Huts keeps it clean, convenient, and odor-free. Local, dependable, and fast, your restroom solution is just a call away. 208-245-4887. For clean units, quick delivery, and service you can count on, choose St. Joe Potty Huts, serving St. Mary's and the St. Joe Valley. Call 208-245-4887 and keep your event running smoothly. Now back to the countdown to tip-off. Real quick, we want to take a quick shout-out to head coach Brian Chase in his 12th season at the helm of the Lumberjacks. In these 12 seasons, St. Mary's has made state 10 out of the last 11 years. Last year was the first year St. Mary's did not make a trip down south. St. Mary's down at state, they are 15-11 in state tournament play. St. Mary's has brought home 1 state championship in that time frame, 2 second-place trophies. They brought 4 third-place trophies home and 2 fifth-place trophies home. So some pretty good basketball action in basketball from these Lumberjacks over the last 11 seasons. Coach Chase is 2 games away from 200 wins. According to my numbers, he has 198 wins to 67 losses. That is a 70% winning ratio for Coach Chase and his Lumberjacks. In league play, St. Mary's is dominated with a 51-7 record. They've won 88% of their league matchups. And at home, St. Mary's is Coach Chase and Lumberjacks are 9 wins away from 100 wins at home with a 91-16 home record. And again, an 85% winning percentage in home games. So Coach Chase doing something right with these Lumberjacks, always having them ready to play. And I expect nothing less this year for this Lumberjack crew. Taking a look at the Sandpoint Bulldogs, this team is a 5A Inland Empire League. They are coached by William Love, and I'm not sure how many years he has been coaching them. They are 1-1 on the season. They beat Bonners Ferry 67-45 in their first game. They lost to Lewis and Clark out of Washington 56-44 in their last game. Last year they were 11-12 and 5-4 in league play. Some key returners for them: Logan Roos, 6'9" senior, and Kingston Corbett, a 6'7" senior. And the height doesn't stop there. They've got several other guys that are tall. They definitely have a height advantage over St. Mary's. They are just 4-9 against the Lumberjacks, though. St. Mary's in head-to-head matchups is won 9 games to Sandpoint's 4. And the Bulldogs did sweep St. Mary's last year, though, 58-38 and 51-63. Also of note, Sandpoint is voted at number 1 in the Inland Empire League in 5A for this season in their coaches poll. So they've got Sandpoint, Lewiston, Lakeland, and Moscow 1 through 4. So St. Mary's tonight, if they can win this game, they're going to make an early statement, to say the least. It's going to be tough work for the Lumberjacks. So like I said, I've talked to a couple of guys that this isn't a game where I don't believe that St. Mary's is going to be able to out-rebound the Sandpoint Bulldogs. You never know. They could. But Sandpoint definitely has a height advantage. One thing I'll say is it does seem like there's more guys for Sandpoint warming up than what I've got on my roster for the Bulldogs. I only have 10 men on my roster for Sandpoint, but it does look like there's a few more than that out there on the floor. I could be wrong. So that might or might not play any kind of a factor in this game. St. Mary's does have a little bit of height to use to match up on some of the taller players for Sandpoint, but they're going to have a little bit of trouble if Sandpoint goes with with more tall guys than not out there on the court at once. It's one of these games that if you think that if you can't get the offensive board, or not the offensive boards, if you can't get the defensive boards and you let Sandpoint get too many offensive boards, you're going to have to match the Bulldogs basically bucket for bucket so you can stay within shot and give yourself a chance to win at the end of the contest. If you don't do that, you're going to have to figure out a way to out-rebound them so that you can take away their second chance opportunities and also try to gain some of your own second chance opportunities on the other end. So, like I said, going to be a tough matchup for St. Mary's tonight here in Sandpoint. Like I say, if they win this game, it's a pretty good early season statement. If they lose this game, depending on the final score, even with that, it doesn't really mean a whole lot, honestly. So, hey, we're going to see what happens. We've got a minute 12. They're going to get ready for the national anthem and the starting lineups. So we are ready ourselves. I've been anxious for this moment all season long, and I'm trying to see. It looks like trying to see who our starters are down there. One, two, three, four. I'm missing one guy. Okay, so I think it's going to be. I've got the starters for St. Mary's, but we won't give them to you until it is time to give you starters.
For tonight's non-league varsity boys basketball game, featuring the visiting St. Mary's Lumberjacks.
And they will announce, obviously, the visitors first.
In tonight's game, Sandpoint basketball would like to extend our full support to Coach Brian Chase in his fight against cancer. We admire the toughness, competitiveness, and fight his team brings to court every year. But we stand with him as he brings that same spirit to this battle. Coach Chase, please know that the Sandpoint basketball community thoughts and strength are with you and your family. At this time, please let me rise and move your hats for playing our national anthem.
You're listening to Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 AM, St. Mary's, Idaho. North Idaho's classic hits.
And that was the national anthem here at Sandpoint High School, Les Rogers Court. And now let's go ahead and give you the Lumberjack starters. We've got the 5'8" senior guard, number 3, Jack Barda. We got number 4, 6'2" senior guard, J.J. Yearout, featuring a 43-inch vertical this year. The 6'2" senior guard, number 5, Isaiah Gustav. And rounding out the lineup at the post, it'll be the 6'7" junior, number 21, Landon Rebrick. And now rounding out the lineup, it'll be 6' senior guard, number 32, Xavier Sloper. Welcome back to the court, Xavier. Now let's take a look at the starting lineup for this tough Sandpoint Bulldog team, as they shut out the lights here in the gym. So the first starter is going to be the junior guard, number 3, Knox Williams. Then we got a junior guard, number 4, Logan Iverson. We got a junior, number 5, Brock Yarborough. We got a junior, number 11, Derek Chambers. And the senior, number 22, it's Logan Roos. Lumberjacks, of course, coached by head coach Brian Chase. He's assisted by Donnie Eberlin, A.J. Bechtel, and Coach Shepard. Assistant manager down there, Santiago Prinzado. On stats for the basketball team is, Chanel Pugh. The official stats on the tablet, they've got Raven and Maya Yearout. William Love, the coach for the Bulldogs. The tip is up. Lumberjacks in their green. They'll win the opening tip. They're going right to left on your radio dial as Jack Barda brings the ball down the floor. Crosses that timeline on the left side. He's going to work. Got number 4, Iverson working against him. Gets around him. Kicks the ball out to Ribrick. Now to Yearout. Yearout drives baseline. Comes underneath. Finds Gustav. And it's up and good. St. Mary strikes first. The assist from J.J. Yearout. Coming the other way, it is the Bulldogs. It's in the hands of Yarborough. Swings it to the left side, back to Yarborough. Yarborough drives from the right wing, loses his footing, kicks the ball back to the top. It's into Iverson's hands. Three-pointer on the way. It's up and good by the Bulldogs. Already had our first lead change. 3-2, St. Mary's trails. Barda working right side for the Lumberjacks. Works to the top of the key, picks up his dribble, finds Sloper, right corner. He's looking down the baseline, kicks it out to Gustav on the short corner, left side. Back into Barda's hands. Barda's going to look to the into the paint, kicks the ball back out to Sloper. Sloper's going to get tripped up and blocked. We're going to get a foul against the Bulldogs. And that will be foul number 1 against Sandpoint. It's going to go against Yarborough. That'll be his first foul. St. Mary's inbound baseline. Sloper will trigger it in. Sloper from the left side underneath the basket. Gets it into Barda. Barda, corner, left side. He's going to take his dribble to the wing. Now backs up. Going to drive in. Finds a little bit of an open lane. He's going to try to lay up. Shot won't go. Gustav gets the rebound, though. Three-pointer up and good by Yearout. Assist to Gustav. Lumberjacks retake the lead. Driving the lane. Shot up. No good. Rebound goes to Yearout. St. Mary's quickly back the other way. J.J. Yearout puts another one in for the Lumberjacks. Makes it 7-3. Three-point shot on the way from the corner on the left side. It's Knox Williams knocking down the three-pointer. Bulldogs cut the lead to 1, 7-6. St. Mary's with the lead early in the first period. Brock Barda working right side of the floor for St. Mary's. He's going to kick it down to the corner. Sloper finds Ribrick. Ribrick cross court to Gustav in the left corner. Gustav gets stood up, finds Yearout. Yearout loses the handle for a second, regathers, gets it to the top of the key now to Barda. Barda surveys. He drives right side. He'll be fouled. Going to get a blocking foul on the floor against the Bulldogs. Foul number 2. That one will go against Chamberlain. That'll be his first, second team foul for the Bulldogs. St. Mary's leads at 7-6. We've had 2 lead changes. Lumberjacks' largest lead is 4. St. Mary's inbound to Year out, right corner, drives underneath, goes up for the reverse lay, and it's up and good. What a move by J.J. Year out from underneath. It's 9-6. Lumberjacks on top. Bulldogs working the ball around the top of the key, working to the right corner, now to the left side. Going to test the waters, going to maybe think about a 3 to Iverson. The set goes baseline, swings it short corner right side. Now back to the top as they work the perimeter. Ball up top. St. Mary's fighting, trying to get a steal. Can't get it. Into the paint. Quick jumper put up. No good. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs tried for the putback. They missed. But they are fouled, and that is going to go against J.J. Yearout, or not J.J. Yearout, Brock Barta with the foul. It's on the floor, so it's not a shooting foul. Bulldogs with it in. 3-point shot from the corner. It's Williams. Shot won't go. Rebound, though, for the Bulldogs. That was a perfect rebound right to him. Going to get a block shot by Yearout and the rebound. Going to get it to Gustav. Shot won't go. But the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touched by the Bulldogs. St. Mary's will inbound. Ribrick, left short side. Now to Sloper, back to the corner to Yearout. Yearout pulls up. No, he's going to try to feed it inside. I think it's deflected. We're going to get a steal and a turnover by St. Mary's. Bulldogs working from the left side. Layup up and good by Iverson. Little stutter out there on the left wing. Drives it in. And the score is 9-8 in favor of St. Mary's. 4:25 to go in the first. Barta working up top for the Lumberjacks. Hands it off to Sloper on the right side. Sloper's going to get a look. He drives. Can't get the shot to go in, though. Ribrick had a chance at the rebound. Couldn't pull it in. Bulldogs take it the other way. Little head fake from Iverson. In the corner, left side. Deep 3. On the way. Knocks it down is Yarbrough. Third lead change. 11-9. Bulldogs reclaim the lead. Going to get a foul there against Logan Iverson as he reaches in there and tries to get that ball knocked loose from Barta, but gives him a shoulder check in the effort. Lumberjacks bring out 3 guys. I see who all came out, who went in for St. Mary's. Speakman, Harold, and I believe Brock Bar to check in. Lumberjacks have the ball. I think we get a turnover on St. Mary's. Bulldogs bring it the other way. Tyler Wise checks in for the Bulldogs. He has it down in the low post, looking for an outlet. Gets it out to Yarbrough. Yarbrough kicks it out to the wing. Now back to the right wing. Bulldogs being patient. 3-pointer. It is short. Rebound to Sandpoint, though. Driving. Layup. Nice by Derek Chamberlain. Good defense there by Speakman. Couldn't knock it. Couldn't quite get it in there, though. 4-point lead for the Bulldogs. Largest lead for Sandpoint. Yearout working right or left side. Yearout's going to be fouled. And that is the 4th foul on Sandpoint. That is the 2nd on Chamberlain. Ribrick took a quick breather. Isaiah Gustav going to come out for a breather. .253 to go in the first period. St. Mary's trails now 13-9. Brock Barta working left, kicks it to the corner to Harold, back to Brock. He's going to trigger the 3. It's short. JJ there for the rebound. He kicks it out to Ribrick. Ribrick couldn't put the shot in. And the Bulldogs secure the next rebound. Three-pointer from deep for the Bulldogs. Shot no good. Rebound to Barta. Gonna get it to Harold. Harold gonna try for the alley-oop, but the Bulldogs read it. They get the steal. Turnover St. Mary's. Coming the other way, layup missed by Sandpoint, but the rebound goes to the Bulldogs. Following the shooter, next shot is up and good by Knox Williams. And Sandpoint St. Mary's gonna take a timeout. A quick 30 to resettle the team. It's 15-9. St. Mary's trails. The largest lead of the game for either team is 6. Well, if you feel the spirit of the season, you can feel the spirit of the season at Sacred Souls and Nature's Way of Life. Join them December 6th for a Yule log decoration party at 412 Main Avenue in St. Mary's. Discover winter wellness with immune-boosting elderberry syrup. Relax with information on massage services and craft your own festive Yule log to welcome the holidays. That's December 6th. Sacred Souls and Nature's Way of Life, downtown St. Mary's. Come celebrate the season naturally. St. Mary's lead trails 15-9 to the Bulldogs. They've got on a little bit of a run. St. Mary's making any changes in the timeout? They did not. Brock Barta controls it across the timeline for the Jacks. Works to the right side, gets it over to Harold. Harold taking some close pressure defensively, gets it back to Barta. Barta going to find the lane, drives, but he's fouled. Sandpoint thought they might have had a clean stuff there, but no, it'll be a foul call. It goes against Brock Yarborough, and it is his second foul. That's another thing St. Mary's can attempt to do is try to get the Bulldogs into foul trouble. Get some of their guys off the floor early. First free throw on the way, it rattles home for the Lumberjacks. Speakman's going to check back out. Jack Barta comes in for the Lumberjacks. Oh, I never took Sloper out earlier. Second free throw on the way. It's up and good, and the Lumberjacks cut the lead to 4. 15-11, St. Mary's trails. 1:48 to go in the first period. Bulldogs with the ball, trying to get it to the right side. They're going to turn the ball over on a bad pass. Looking to the right wing of our baseline. Sloper's going to check back in. Jackson Harold comes out. Jack Barta controls for St. Mary's, swings it to Brock. Brock on the right side, back to the top of the key to Bribrick. Now to Barta, to Yearout. Yearout has it in the corner, left side, looking for an outlet, gets it up to Sloper. Sloper, baseline, 20 on the shot clock. Sloper's going to step into the lane. Shot won't fall. Tipped back in by Ribrick. Nice job by Ribrick following him in and helping put that ball back up. It's a 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs looking to feed the post into the big man Roos. He's going to spin around his defender, which is Ribrick, and he's going to put it up and good. That's Kingston Corbett with his first bucket. Three-pointer on the way by Jack Barta. It won't fall. Rebound goes to Sandpoint. 17-13, Bulldogs with the lead here as we come into the last minute. Coach Chase looking for an offensive foul, not going to get the call. Shot up by the Bulldogs, won't go. Sloper tries to get the rebound, can't pull it in, but he'll be fouled. Trying to give Sloper the rebound there, and a foul call against Sandpoint. That one goes against Tyler Wise. It is the, I think, 6th foul against the Bulldogs. St. Mary's making some substitutions here. They're going, I guess since it's an offensive foul, that doesn't matter. Let's see, who checked in? Sloper checked back in. They're going to give Yearout a breather. Sloper was already in. Now we will get a foul against Sandpoint. It's Gustav to check back in. That is Tyler Wise's second. The Bulldogs have 3 guys with 2 fouls here in the first period. Sends Brock Barta back to the free throw line. Hit his first 2 free throws. First free throw on the way. That one, I gave him the broadcaster jinx there, as that one hits off the side of the iron and pops out. 17-13, St. Mary's trails right now. First quarter coming to a close. Brock Barta lining up that second shot. It's up and good. 3-point lead for the Bulldogs. Brock Barta, a little token pressure in the backcourt. Bulldogs get it across the timeline. Down to the corner to Ing, or to the right wing, more like it. He goes down to the elbow, kicks it back out from 22 of Roos. Roos looking to Dion in the short corner. Back to the top of the key, looking into the paint now. Spinning shot up and good by Logan Roos. That's his first bucket of the night. St. Mary's going to trigger a shot. It's in and out by Brock Barta. Couldn't get it to fall in for him. Rebound to the Bulldogs. They keep a half-court shot. It won't be anywhere close. The score is 19-14 in favor of the Bulldogs here after one period. We'll be back.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Hugh and Margie Gannon of St. Mary's are proud to support the Lumberjacks and this Lumberjack Sports broadcast. The Gannons want to wish the Lumberjacks the best of luck this sports season and want you to know that they are proud of you. The Gannons say, go Lumberjacks! And we are back. Get ready to start the second period of play. St. Mary's trails by 5. St. Mary's led by 4. Sandpoint is led by 6. We got 3 lead changes in the contest. Gotta see who's checking in for the Jacks here to start the second quarter. Marcus Speakman is in. JJ is back in. Brock Barta and Landon Ribrick are out to start the second quarter. 19-14, Bulldogs will get the first possession of the second period. They have it, top of the key. Working to the left side, hand off to, or a little pass out to Roos. Roos kicks it out to the wing. Three-pointer is long. Rebound goes to Year Out. Lumberjacks bring it the other way. Year Out, top of the key. He's going to pull up for a 3. It's off the back of the iron. It won't fall in for Year Out. Rebound to Sandpoint. Sandpoint quickly down the floor. Lumberjack defense gets back. Going to get a 3-pointer on the way by Iverson. Count the bucket and the foul. Marcus Speakman is going to get called there on the box out. So the 4-point play coming for Logan Iverson. Largest lead of the game. It is 8 points for Sandpoint. First trip to the free throw line for the Bulldogs. Iverson to the charity stripe to shoot one. The free throw is up and good. 9-point lead. Largest lead of the game for either squad. Bringing the ball down for St. Mary's is Barta. Barta over to Gustav. St. Mary's has a little bit of work to do. They haven't scored in a minute, I think, and we're going to get a carry by Gustav. He kind of slipped, but I don't know that I've seen the actual carry happen, but they're going to put Landon Ribrick in. Speakman comes out. Bulldogs, 3-pointer on the way by Iverson, and he knocks down another one. You're letting the Bulldogs get hot from outside. 12-point lead for Sandpoint. Sloper working from the right side. He's going to just kind of force a shot up. Lots of bodies on the floor. Gustav ended up with the rebound. Going to get another 3 triggered by Barta. No good. Rebound to Sandpoint. Lumberjacks now popping up a bunch of 3-pointers. Going to get a shot up, partially blocked, but a foul going to be called. That'll go against Ribrick, and that'll send the Bulldogs to the free throw line. This is where St. Mary's needs to regain their composure a little bit. You're down by 12, but don't panic.
Logan Roos to the free throw line for the Bulldogs. First time there for him. First one's going to kiss the front of the rim, kiss the back of the rim, and fall out. Sloper's going to come out. Jackson Harold checks in. Roos lines up the second free throw on the way. That one is going to fall home. It's a 13-point lead for the Bulldogs. St. Mary's needs to stop the bleeding here. They need to go down and get themselves a bucket. It's been a minute since they've put one in. And we get a foul there on Sandpoint. Logan Iverson was kind of pleading his case to the ref for a second there, but not going to do you no good once they've already called it. It is 4 players with 2 fouls apiece for Sandpoint. Oh, bad pass. Bulldogs get the steal. Going to have a Sandpoint steal, turnover. St. Mary's almost turns it over again, but they're able to keep possession. 29-14, St. Mary's trails. 15-point lead for the Bulldogs. Jack Barta working the ball up top, swings it to Harold. Harold on the left side or right side. Up to the top of the key. Finds Ribrick. Back to Gustav. Working the left side. Gustav finds some room to go, but he's going to get his shot blocked. It'll be last touched by the Bulldogs, so St. Mary's will inbound from baseline. That is a team rebound for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks have it. They're going to find Ribrick. Ribrick trying to use the glass on that one. Leaves it a little bit short. Had a rebound to Sandpoint. JJ gets the steal, though. JJ with a steal. JJ missed the first shot. I think it might have been Gustav with the rebound. Then he finds JJ from the short corner. Then we get Gustav with a block shot the other way. Rebound went to Sandpoint. Then Sandpoint missed the next shot. Jackson Harold with the rebound. 29-16, St. Mary's trails. Year out, over to Ribrick. Ribrick's going to pull up for the three. It's off the back of the rim. It won't go. A lot of contact there as number 11 of Chamberlain goes up to get the rebound. I almost thought he made a lot of contact reaching over to try to get that ball, but I don't think, well, no, who's the foul on? Is it St. Mary's or is it? Yeah, Isaiah gets called for a foul there. 29-16, it's a 13-point deficit for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks need to go on a little run of their own here. Bulldogs have the ball, top of the key. Working left side of the lane, driving, loses his footing, gets the ball dished out. St. Mary's crashes down and double teams, and they're going to get a travel call on Sandpoint. Lumberjacks getting in there and putting some bodies on Chamberlain, forcing them to shuffle them feet. So what Lumberjacks need, a couple of turnovers here on Sandpoint, or some missed buckets and some rebounds. Year out brings it down for St. Mary's, swings over to Barta, right side, looking back to Barta, now to the corner. Ribrick, back to Barta on the wing. Barta directing traffic. He's going to try baseline. Finds Harold. Harold at the elbow. Shot won't go. Chasing down his own rebound, though, is Harold. They get it out to Barta. Barta, left side. Kicks it out to Year out. Sidesteps the defender off the glass and good. Three-pointer by J.J. Year out. St. Mary's cuts the lead to 10, 29-19. Or cuts the deficit to 10. Bulldogs with the ball right side. Still in the corner. Three-pointer on the way by Roos. It's short. Rebound to Gustav. St. Mary's goes the other way. Barta slows things down up top. Looking for a screen from Ribrick. Gonna get it. Top of the key. Barta looking for the give and go. It's up and good to Ribrick. Give the assist to Rib, and St. Mary's has cut it to within 8. Timeout taken by the Bulldogs. And what did they say it was? It is a 30-second timeout. And if you're hungry, St. Mary's 3B Grill has you covered. Sink your teeth into juicy burgers, sizzling steak teriyaki, loaded french fries stacked high with flavor, and wings that hit the spot every time. Fresh salads, big portions, and hometown service. That's 3B Grill Stop by at 115 South 8th Street in St. Mary's or place your order by calling 208-245-1980. And that's 3B Grill. Good food, good people, and always good times. 3:53 to go in the half. Lumberjacks trail by 8. Bulldogs with the ball. A little bit of backcourt pressure from St. Mary's. Bulldogs break it. They get across the timeline. Bulldogs have the ball, trying to penetrate at the top. They get a little bit of a weave now up top. Cross court to the corner left side. Now looking for the give and go. Shot up no good, but a foul going to be called. And let's see who St. Mary's picks that up. That one will go against Rib. That's his second foul. It'll send the number 22 of Ruse to the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Only 4 Lumberjacks have scored so far this evening. That free throw is up and good. Jackson Harold going to come out for a breather. Xavier Sloper checks back in. Second free throw from Ruse on the way. Found his touch. No, misses the second one. Going to get the rebound to Barta. Lumberjacks back the other way. Barta has it right side of the floor. Going to skip past it to Gustav at the top of the key. Back over to Year Out. Year Out, little hesitation there on that long three. He ends up taking it. I kind of think that hesitation messed him up a little bit. Bulldogs, though, going to throw it away in the other direction. Looking for that easy transition bucket, and they throw the ball away out of bounds. Ribrick's going to get a breather. Speakman checks back in for the Jacks. 30-21, St. Mary's trails. 3 minutes to go till halftime. Up to Gustav. Gustav tests the right side of the blocks, gets the ball poked away from him. Turnover St. Mary's. Bulldogs down to the left side of the floor, left corner, back to the top now. Between the circles, looking into the low paint. Again, a high pass, trying to get an entry pass into their big man, 25, Kingston Corbett. Never throws him. Corbett's going to come out for the Bulldogs. Coleman Ing back in. Whoops, left that running. And the Lumberjacks will inbound. Bringing it down is Barta. Barta working the right side of the floor. Looking left corner. Now he's going to drive all the way under. Finds it. Going to have it stolen away by Sandpoint. And then J.J. Yearout comes back and steals it away from the Bulldogs. Going to get the three-pointer on the way. It's up and good by Barta. Yearout with the assist, and it's 30-24. It's a 6-point deficit for the Lumberjacks. Coming down is Sandpoint. Barta with a nice hustle play there. Deflects the ball out, but can't quite complete the steal. Bulldogs have the ball top of the key. Swinging it to the right side, out of the corner. Still on that right side. Driving underneath. Shot up. It won't go. Lumberjacks fight for the rebound. It's J.J. Yearout that comes away with it. Yearout working left side. Thought about a three, decides not to. Gives it over to Sloper. Sloper misses. Rebound to St. Mary's. I think that was Gustav. Barta's going to try to drive from the right side. He'll be fouled. It's only the third foul on the Bulldogs, so nobody's going to the charity stripe. It's the first foul on Coleman Ing. Jack Barta's going to come out. Brock Barta checks in. St. Mary's is trailed by as much as 15. They've cut the deficit to 6 late in the first half. Look at that. Trying to alley-oop there. Couldn't quite complete it. Barta to get the ball. Kicks it out to JJ. Left corner. Can't get the three to go. It rattles in and out. Rebound to the Bulldogs. They were going to get a nice deflection by JJ. Hustle play there. Bulldogs will keep possession, but they will have 31 seconds to go on the shot clock, and St. Mary's gets a chance to set their defense up a little bit better. Bulldogs have it. Corner, right side of the floor. Now back to the top of the key. Working to the left side. Iverson. Deadly from three-point range earlier. Bulldogs are going to not get a blocked shot, but the rebound goes to Sloper. I thought there might be a foul calling against Year Out. Nothing happened. And JJ, little stutter there by Year Out, accidentally second guess where he was going to go with that pass, drug that pivot foot. Turnover St. Mary's. 1:04 to go in the half. 30-24. St. Mary's trails by 6. Bulldogs have the ball up top. There's going to be a offensive foul call against Logan Roos. They're going to say illegal screen. Jack Barta checks back into the game. Coming out is Sloper. Lumberjacks have 53 seconds to work with. Of course, they got the shot clock at 35. JJ hands it off to Brock. Brock left side, hands it off to Jack. Jack's going to drive into the lane. Tries to flip the shot up. No good, but he'll be fouled. That'll send Jack to the free throw line. That foul goes against Roos. That'll be his second foul. Jack Barta's first trip to the free throw line. First free throw, no good. Side of the rim. Got to make those free throws for the Lumberjacks. Could come in big in this game. Jack Barta surveys. Shot up. That one hard off the back iron. No good. Rebound to Sandpoint. Got to make those three shots count if you're St. Mary's against this big Bulldog team. St. Mary's putting some man-to-man pressure on it, looks like. Swinging it over. Steal by Year Out. Sandpoint. Bad pass all the way down. Too far down the floor. St. Mary's putting some pressure on in the backcourt now. 13 seconds. Bulldogs have it on the left side. Swing it to the right side. Little pump fake from the corner. Going to get a shot on the way. No good. Partially blocked. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Year Out. Year Out got just a little bit of finger as he went flying by to try to block Iverson's shot. Iverson holding a hand a little bit too. So it'll send Iverson to the free throw line to shoot 3 free throws. Or no, that's not, it's Logan Iverson. He is 1 for 1 from the free throw line. There's 6 seconds on the clock. So the Bulldogs can stretch this back out to a 9-point lead. If Iverson knocks down all 3 of them, he makes the first. 31-24. Second free throw on the way. That one rims out. That one toilet bowl, kind of half toilet bowl. It looked like it was going to fall through, then bounced out. St. Mary's has 5.6 on the clock. Next free throw on the way. That one will fall through. Lumberjacks have just enough time to get down and get a shot off. JJ, nice stop at the three-point line. Leaves that short, though. And that's how the first half will come to an end. St. Mary's trails by 8 points, 32-24. We'll take a break and come back with a look at some halftime numbers.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Jack Bill Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Bill Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Bill Trucking.
Sometimes accidents happen. You never thought it would happen to you, but it did. Where can you turn for that friendly hand of support? Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy in St. Mary's, where you'll find personalized care. Whether you need crutches, supports, wheelchairs, or even a hospital bed, Jack's is here for you. We service both Medicare and Medicaid. If you need durable medical equipment, come to Jack's, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawah, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
And we're back. Take a look at some stats at the half. First off, between the first and second quarters, the Lumberjacks were outscored 13-10, and that's where we get to our 32-24 lead for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, they shot 44% in the first half, 63% from the free throw line, 7 turnovers for Sandpoint, 2 points off the bench for the Bulldogs. They had 7 points off of St. Mary's turnovers. For the Lumberjacks, 31% from the field, 50% from three-point range, 9 turnovers. St. Mary's has scored 3 points off of Bulldogs turnovers. St. Mary's with just 3 points off the bench in that first half. I didn't tally up score points in the first half for the Bulldogs just yet. Let me do that real quick. So leading scoring for the Bulldogs was Logan Iverson with 16 in the first half. 5 points for Williams, 4 points for Logan Roos, 3 points for Brock Yarbrough, and Kingston Corbett with 2 points for the Bulldogs. For St. Mary's, let's take a look here. I've already in double digits is Year Out. He has 12 points. 4 points for Ribrick, 3 points apiece for the Barta brothers, and 2 points for Isaiah Gustav. Lumberjacks, I'd like to see them find a few more guys getting some buckets. We'll see what adjustments they make at the second half. Sandpoint has 5 steals over St. Mary's. Lumberjacks with 3 steals. Rebound-wise, the Bulldogs actually have not out-rebounded St. Mary's yet. 18-15, St. Mary's on top of the rebounding. St. Mary's actually has even out-rebounded the Bulldogs on offensive boards, 8-4. The Bulldogs have St. Mary's in the defensive rebounds by 1, 11-10. Looking at these rebounds, they had J.J. Yearout with 5 rebounds, and Gustav has 5 rebounds. And the steals, they all go to Yearout. He has 3 steals for the Lumberjacks. So second half, St. Mary's just needs to keep battling, keep chipping away, and just find where they're going to get some of that extra offense. I've got St. Mary's with 26 points in my stats for some reason. Anyways, St. Mary's is still in this game, very close ball game, and they can definitely complete the comeback. Just got to put a little bit of work in here in the second half. We'll take another break, come back with second half action after this.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Mary's High School, pick up your copy of the St. Mary's Gazette Record every Wednesday.
Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Mary's Gazette-Record, pick up a copy today. The name says it all. Taco About It. What is it, you may ask? It's the best taco truck in town. Might even be the only taco truck in town. If you like tacos, and who doesn't, then you need to stop by Taco About It, located at 128 South Highway 3 in St. Mary's, across the street from XXX Feeds. Taco About It has too many tacos to list, so you will just have to try them all. Call in your order 208-582-8533, or just stop by. Taco About It, located across the street from XXX Feeds in St. Mary's. When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjacks.
If you know which side of a saw cuts wood, and if you can hammer a nail, you can do it yourself. Carpentry, construction, finishing, or framing, around here, you've got it made. You've got 10th Street Lumber. At 10th Street Lumber, we have the answers to your building and repair project questions. Every day, 10th Street Lumber helps homeowners get quality results. For lumber, block, power tools, fixtures, everything you need for a professional job. Don't pick up a nail until you shop 10th Street Lumber. 10th Street Lumber on the corner of 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
Fall is coming, and of course, cold weather. Now's the time to stock up on a few things. XXX Feeds has magnetic wood pellets in stock, and it's never too early to be ready for the cold weather. XXX Feeds also has alfalfa in stock as well as straw. And if you have some four-legged woodland friends that look a little hungry, XXX Feeds can keep you loaded up on deer feed and deer blocks. Don't wait until the last minute. Stop by XXX Feeds in St. Mary's today.
Tim Parrish here at Les Rogers Court in Sandpoint, Idaho. Quick other note that I wanted to make, there was 3 lead changes in that first half. St. Mary's trailed by as much as 15 at one point, and the Lumberjacks led by 4 at one point. Current deficit is 8 points as the teams will switch sides coming into the second half of play. The Lumberjacks will go left to right on your radio dial. And once again, pretty good game so far. Like I said, with that 15-point deficit there, St. Mary's really fought and chewed and came back and made themselves some time up in that second quarter of action. Don't forget, this weekend is Christmas in St. Mary's. This Saturday, during Christmas in St. Mary's, brave the madness and head into the Glitter Den, where the gifts are handcrafted, the treasures are upcycled, the humor is, well, probably not safe for your church newsletter. And if you spot that rogue squirrel running around town, don't panic. He's just trying to beat you to the mature joke gifts. Honestly, he's got questionable taste, but excellent speed. So come laugh, shop, and find the perfect thing you didn't even realize you needed. The Glitter Den, because normal gifts are for normal people, and you're more fun than that. That's the Glitter Den on 8th Street in St. Mary's. Just right across from... basically right across from Farm Bureau Insurance. That's what I was trying to think. And we are back. St. Mary's will start the third quarter with the first possession into the backcourt to Jack Barta. Jack will control it for the Lumberjacks. Has it on the left side of the floor. Gonna look, little stutter and head fake. Trying to find an outlet, picked up his dribble. Now he's got to find somebody to get it to. Gets it to Sloper. St. Mary's low, down to 20 seconds on the clock. Going to get the shot put up, missed by a year out on the layup. Rebound goes to Sandpoint. Bulldogs the other way. Shot no good, but it wouldn't have mattered because taking the foul is Sloper. Takes the charge. The third foul on Roos. Roos will come out. Dion comes in for the Bulldogs. That's one of the guys you want to see getting a little bit of foul trouble if you're St. Mary's. Even though he has not scored the most points tonight for the Bulldogs, he's still one of their big guys. JJ going to try to drive into the lane, loses the handle, turnover St. Mary's. Going to have the Bulldogs quickly coming the other way. Yarbrough finds a outlet, shot is missed, rebound to Rib, and the Lumberjacks come the other way. Sloper working on the right side, looking to year out in the short corner. Little give and go, deflected. Sandpoint with the steal. Year out, going to record a turnover. Lumberjacks have got to take advantage of these possessions that they've been having. A couple of turnovers here in the first minute or so of the third quarter. Bulldogs going to drive the lane. Shot is up and good. That's Yarbrough with his first bucket in the second half. First 2-point bucket. Makes it a 10-point lead for the Bulldogs once again. Looking into Rib. Rib turns, shot up and good. Give Gustav the assist. Bulldogs working down the left side. Williams has it. Going to kick it over to the right side. Wing spinning towards the bucket. Shot is going to be, Ribrick going to get called with the foul. He thought he had a clean block. Coach Chase thought he had a clean block. The ref says no. That's Rib's third foul. It sends the number 11 of Chamberlain to the free throw line for the first time. Chamberlain will make the first free throw. Speakman checks in. Harold checks in. Ribrick comes out. JJ comes out for a breather. Second free throw is up and good by the Bulldogs. Chamberlain. 36-26. It's a 10-point lead once again for the Bulldogs. St. Mary's with the ball. Gustav left side of the floor calling for a screen from Speakman. Tries to dribble through traffic. Gustav's going to lose the ball. Dribbled it off the foot of one of the Bulldog defenders. Lumberjacks have had about 5 possessions, but 3 turnovers on their side of the floor here to get the second half underway. Three-pointer on the way by Williams. It won't go. Bulldogs sky high for the rebound. Ball loose. Still loose. St. Mary's trying to grab it, and we're going to get, a jump ball call. Possession will stay with Sandpoint, so I'll just give them the rebound. Coach Chase had a year out just for a minute to give him some information, I believe. Gustav's going to come out. 10-point lead for the Bulldogs, 36-26, early third quarter. Bulldogs triggered in from baseline. Now looking back underneath, shot up. Going to be blocked from behind. But again, they're going to say a foul on the Lumberjacks. I think they're going to get JJ without. No, they're actually going to call it on. That'll be Marcus's second foul. They're going to say the block, I guess, was clean from year out from behind. That'll send Knox Williams to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Misses that first one. Short arms it. Second free throw on the way. And that one's going to rattle home. Makes it an 11-point lead for the Bulldogs. St. Mary's needs to find the bottom of the net here soon. 37-26. Barta to Sloper. Sloper up top. And he'll be fouled from behind. Guyon tries to swat it away from behind. They're going to say he gets a little bit of hand there. Second team foul for the Bulldogs. St. Mary's inbound base sideline, far side of the floor. Defense playing up close on the Lumberjacks. Barta takes his dribble, still working between the circles. Little crossover action there to the corner to Sloper. Sloper going to try to get through some defense. Can't get there. Barta tries for a shot. It's missed. He gets his own rebound. The shot was blocked by the Bulldogs. Speakman flips it across court to Year Out. Trying to work around. He's going to get it underneath to Harold. Harold gets the ball stripped from him. Bulldogs take it the other way. JJ's going to jump a pass. He's going to get a steal. JJ drives the lane. He'll lay it up and good. Cuts it to a 9-point lead, 37-28 in favor of Sandpoint. I keep wanting to say Grangeville. The Bulldogs, you know. Right corner for the Bulldogs. Nobody there. Bad pass by Sandpoint. I'm going to give the steal to Harold. Harold will take it to the hoop. He'll be fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. That'll be the third on Chamberlain. Right now, that's the best thing St. Mary's has going for them is the Bulldogs have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys with 2 fouls or more. 2 guys with 3 fouls apiece. First free throw's up and good by Harold. Gustav comes back in. Sloper goes out. Brock Barta goes in. Jack Barta comes out. Harold, second free throw. On the way. Knocks that one down. It's a 7-point lead for the Bulldogs. 4:35 to go in the third. Lumberjacks looking for a travel, not getting it. And again, the Bulldogs trying for that. The Bulldogs trying for an alley-oop dunk play there, I think, and they missed the mark. They turn the ball over. Again, St. Mary's, they need to work on getting a couple of more of these Bulldogs with 3 fouls. That'll work to St. Mary's advantage here in the game, especially late in the game. Year Out going to pull up for the jumper from about the free throw line. It won't go. Rebound goes back to the Bulldogs. Sandpoint triggers the 3. Iverson knocks that one down. Logan Iverson, you can't leave him open outside. He'll knock it down every time, it seems like. Back to a 10-point lead. Gustav working right side, picks up the dribble, has it partially deflected by the Bulldogs. They're going to get it back to Brock Barta. Brock's going to be fouled. They're going to call a blocking foul. That one goes against Derek Chamberlain. That'll be his 4th foul. Kingston Corbett's going to check in for Chamberlain. Lumberjacks doing a good job of making Grangeville have to foul. Lumberjacks get it in. Gustav to Brock. Brock triggers the 3. It's up and good. Gustav with the assist. St. Mary's trails by 7. Back the other way is Iverson. Left corner. Down, driving into the lane. Getting Lumberjacks off their feet. Oh, they're going to call the foul against JJ. St. Mary's getting called for fouls on just about every blocked shot they get. I can't believe that every single one of them's catch in hand, but that foul goes against JJ. That's his 2nd foul. Sends Guy onto the free throw line. It's the first time to the cherry stripe for him. And he'll knock down the first free throw. 41-33. Lumberjacks battling hard here in the second half. Second free throw up. That one is in and out. Rebound is going to be tipped out. Gustav ends up with it. Gustav tries to drop that ball back to Barta and turns the ball over. Good thought, just not executed great. Gustav comes out. Jackson Harold comes out. Jack Barta checks back in. Sloper checks back in. 3:39 to go in the third. 41-33. Grangeville or Sandpoint with the lead. Yarbrough has it. Swings it to the left wing. Now they're looking into Corbett. Corbett goes up, takes it up strong to the rim. That's a tough guy to try to defend. He's about 6'7", 6'8", and a big, beefy body. We're going to get a foul there against Sandpoint, though, the other way. That one's going to go against Wise. That's his 3rd. 5th foul against Sandpoint. Puts Year Out to the free throw line. Again, that is the 3rd Bulldog with now 3+ fouls. So Chamberlain has 4. Wise has 3. Ruse has 3. First free throw hard off the back of the rim. St. Mary's needs to knock down the free throws. Only 50% in the first half for St. Mary's. Second free throw from Year Out on the way. Misses that one off the back of the rim. Bulldogs pull down the rebound. They're looking for something in transition. Into the lane. Shot is missed. Rebound goes to Sloper. Bulldogs trying to get a little stylish there underneath. Oh, Year Out ends up with it still in his hand. That ball's going to come off of the Bulldogs' arm. Sloper tried to get it to Year Out down low. Going to get a timeout taken by Coach Chase and the Lumberjacks. It's a 30-second timeout. Let's see here. 'Tis the season to get crafty at Frayed Fabrics and Crafts. Frayed Fabrics and Crafts, the new craft store in St. Mary's, located at 832 Main Avenue. Join them this Saturday for Christmas in St. Mary's. They'll be open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. with shelves full of festive fabrics, trims, quilting supplies, and handmade. I'm not sure if I have handmade gifts, but they might. Whether you're sewing, last-minute presents, decorating the house, or just feeling creative, we've got everything to spark your holiday spirit. Come browse and get inspired and make something merry at Frayed Fabrics and Crafts at 832 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Right next door to Timber Realty. Lumberjacks will inbound. Looking to the top to Year Out. Year Out has it. Year Out trying to find some room to work. They double team him quickly. He's going to pick up his dribble right wing. They get it out to Sloper. Sloper double team. Sloper works around the defense. Going to find Year Out. Good look. Year Out's going to actually put it in and be fouled. Sloper with the assist. That's Tyler Wise picking up his 4th. Roos going to come in with 4 fouls. Year Out getting a chance to 4-point play. He just missed his last 2 free throws. St. Mary's trails by 8. Midway, a little bit over midway through the 3rd. Again, free throw missed. And again, St. Mary's could probably have the lead if they made their free throws tonight. They're really struggling from the cherry stripe. Bulldogs looking into the low post. Roos pulls up. Shot won't go. Got his own rebound. Putback is up and good. Gave him too easy of a look, especially when he's already got 4 fouls on him. Sloper drives from the right side. His shot's going to be blocked. A tall timber of Sandpoint here. Going to get a 3-pointer on the way from Roos. Going to be missed. Speakman with the rebound for the Lumberjacks. Year Out brings it back down. It's a 10-point lead again for the Bulldogs. A bad pass by the Lumberjacks, though. Turns it over to Sandpoint. Sandpoint with a bad one, almost deflected, but it's going to be a shot up and good by Williams. We'll call it deflection by Barta. And the Bulldogs stretch it to a 12-point lead. St. Mary's needs to settle back in again. Lumberjacks will bring it in. I have to set my time here. Lumberjacks have the ball up top. Kick it out to Brock. Brock for 3. Front of the rim. Won't fall for Brock. Rebound goes to the Bulldogs. Good look for the Lumberjacks. Couldn't drop it in. Bulldogs looking at the low post. Roos backs his way in. Shot up. No good. Rebound to the Lumberjacks. Gonna get a deep 3 from Year Out. It's up and good. Year Out tried to sell the offensive foul on the other side. Didn't get the call. Back to a 9-point deficit, 47-38. Lumberjacks keeping themselves in touch with the Bulldogs. Bulldogs working short corner left side. Out to the corner. Little head fake by Williams. Looking back into the lane. Gonna try to go up. Gets the ball stripped out. I'm gonna give it a steal to Speakman as he's not a block shot, a steal, and then a foul against the Bulldogs. And that foul will take Roos. Nope, he's only 4 fouls. Roos will come out, though. They don't want to lose him for the fourth quarter. So he'll come out with 4 fouls. It's the 5th one against the Bulldogs, and it'll send Speakman to the charity stripe. Let's see if Marcus can knock a few down. St. Mary's been struggling from the free throw line this evening. If I looked at the free throw numbers, I would say that this game probably should be 45-47 right now, or really close to it. Speakman's going to pop that one too hard off the back of the rim. No good. At this point, if the game finished now, I would say free throw shooting would be what cost St. Mary's the game at this moment if they end up losing this one. Too little arc on that one, missed by St. Mary's. Speakman misses the free throw, both free throws. Bulldogs driving right side, picked up the dribble, back to Corbett, now to the top of the key, back on that right wing. Bulldogs switch it to the left side now. St. Mary's looks to be in a zone. They're looking into the big man Corbett. Almost with a steal is Barta. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Barta with the rebound. JJ Year out. He's going to go ahead and drive. Going to be no good, but a foul against the Bulldogs will send Year out to the charity stripe. That foul goes against Knox Williams. That is his first foul. And I've already said it once. I'm going to take a look real quick if I can. Let's see how many free throws the Lumberjacks have missed tonight. Lumberjacks are 5 of 13 from the charity stripe. Another one rattles out for JJ. 5 of 14 from the free throw line. If St. Mary's was 9 of 14, this game would be only about a 4-point difference. JJ knocks that one down. Man, free throw shooting is going to be worked on a lot at practice this week. Bulldogs working the ball down the right side of the floor. Now to the top of the key. That's Williams. Williams still with it. Switches it to the top to Corbett. Corbett hands it back off to Williams. Looked a little bit give and go there. Corbett's going to... Oh, whoa, that's a... No St. Mary's player even had a hand on that ball, and they call it a jump ball. The possession goes over to St. Mary's anyways, but I think it should have been a travel. Jackson Harold checks in. Marcus Speakman gets a breather. Bulldogs putting some pressure in the backcourt, and the Bulldogs going to get called for a foul right there. Coleman Ing had his arms up, wanting to know what he did wrong, but he thought he checked Jack Barta. So all Sandpoint had to do there was play some solid defense, and St. Mary's wouldn't have had a chance to make any more points here before the fourth, and they put the Lumberjacks to the free throw line. St. Mary's hasn't shot very good from the charity stripe, though. And the woes from the free throw line continue as Jack misses the front end of it. Man. Like I said, if they'd made 60% of their free throws right now, they'd be tied with Sandpoint, basically. Second free throw. Now they're trying to adjust too much, I think, and missing the free throws left and right. But the game is still in hand for St. Mary's. They can still win this. 47-39, Lumberjacks trail. We'll be back.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to watch the game.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Idaho so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Yeah, feel the spirit of the season at Sacred Souls in Nature's Way of Life. Join us December the 6th for a Yule log decoration party at 412 Main Avenue in St. Mary's. Discover winter wellness with immune-boosting elderberry syrup. Relax with information on massage services and craft your own festive Yule log to welcome the holidays. That's December 6th, Sacred Souls, Nature's Way of Life, downtown St. Mary's. Come celebrate the season naturally. They're located in the old M&S Electric building. We're back. St. Mary's needs to find their free throw shooting abilities here in this third final frame. Lumberjacks have struggled at the charity stripe badly tonight. Yeah, see who's on for St. Mary's. Ribs back in. Gustav, year out, I'm sure. Sloper and Barda. Sandpoint with the ball. Williams has it, swings it over to the right side, looking into Corbett. Corbett gets it over to Williams. No, that's not Williams, that Guyon. And he puts it up and good. 49-39. It's a 10-point deficit for St. Mary's. Year out to Rib. Rib can't knock down the short jumper. Rebound to Sandpoint. Sandpoint the other way. Pass out to the corner. Going to get that ball stripped out by Sloper. Going to get the drive and the miss by Barda. I think Lumberjack fans wanted a foul against Sandpoint. They don't get it. There's a shot missed by Sandpoint. Rib with the rebound. And now a foul, I believe, against the Bulldogs. Yarbrough picks up number 3. St. Mary's will bring the ball down. St. Mary's has scored 15 points in that third quarter. The Bulldogs scored 15. St. Mary's needs to go on a little run here. Year out to Gustav. Gustav back over to Year out. Year out surveys his offense. He's going to test driving. He's going to dribble it off his foot. Turnover on St. Mary's. The other way. Shot up and good by Yarbrough. Year out did a good job of not fouling, but he still couldn't contest the shot good enough. 39-51. We're getting a full timeout by the Lumberjacks. With that, let's mention a couple more of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. If you're hungry St. Mary's, hungry St. Mary's, hungry St. Mary's. 3B Grill has you covered. Sink your teeth into juicy burgers, sizzling steak teriyaki, loaded french fries, stacked high with flavor, and wings that hit the spot every time. Fresh salads, big portions, and hometown service at the 3B Grill. Stop by at 1115 South 8th Street in St. Mary's, or call and place your order at 208-245-1980. 3B Grill, good food, good people, and always good times. And this Saturday during Christmas in St. Mary's, brave the madness and head into the Glitter Den, where the gifts are handcrafted, the treasures are upcycled, and the humor is, well, probably not safe for your church newsletter. And if you spot that rogue squirrel running around town, don't panic. He's just trying to beat you to the mature joke gifts. Honestly, he's got questionable taste, but excellent speed. So come laugh, shop, and find the perfect thing you didn't even realize you needed. The Glitter Den, because normal gifts are for normal people, and you're far from that. The Glitter Den, located on 8th Street in St. Mary's. St. Mary's ball out of the break, the timeout. Trailing 51-39. Oh, I got to mention Sorori and Co. too. I forgot about them almost. Those guys got a lot going on also. Gustav with the ball for St. Mary's. Top of the key to Ribrick. Now to Year out. Year out, deep three, knocks it down. 42-51. St. Mary's trails by 9. Bulldogs with the ball. St. Mary's, I think that's about the lowest they've cut the lead in the second half. Looking into the post, back out to the wing, right side. Sandpoint with the ball. Now at the elbow. Shot on the way, three-pointer. Oh, you can't leave Logan Iverson open. His second 3 of the half. That is his 5th 3 of the night. St. Mary's turns it over the other end. I didn't quite see what happened or who turned it over. St. Mary's back on defense. Up top with it is Williams. Gets it off to Yarbrough. Yarbrough has Year out on him. Now to Corbett. Corbett, the big man, going to work inside. Gets a couple Lumberjacks up off their feet. Kicks it out to the corner. Yarbrough with 3. Leaves that well short. Rebound to Sloper. Feed into the head to Gustav. Gustav lays it up and in. I didn't see. I think it was. I'm not sure if that was an assist, but could have been. Driving underneath, or driving to the free throw line was Iverson. He's going to take the long two. It's up and good by Iverson. 57-44. Lumberjacks trail. Barta going to try to drive. Going to get a blocking foul on the Bulldogs. I believe it was number 25. I believe it was Kingston Corbett. It's just his first foul. Sloper and Jack Barta check out. Jackson Harold and Brock Barta check in. Second foul, the fourth for the Bulldogs. Lumberjacks working the ball around the wing, down to the corner. Three-pointer on the way by Year Out. Shot won't go. Fight for the ball. Coming away with it is Ribrick. Gustav had it down inside. Tried to get a shot up and in. Couldn't make it. Rebound to the Bulldogs. All that tall timber for Sandpoint inside makes it tough for the Lumberjacks. And one thing I will say, this is probably the tallest team St. Mary's will face all year. And that was Iverson again with another three. He's made 6 of them tonight. 3 in the first half, 3 in the second half. It is a 16-point lead for the Bulldogs. Three-pointer on the way by Brock Barta. Leaves it short. Going to get a foul on the fight for the rebound. Who is that going to go against? I'm not sure. It looks like it's going against St. Mary's. It'll be Ribrick's foul. That'll be the 4th on Landon. Coach Chase telling the Lumberjacks to put some man pressure on, it looks like. 16-point lead, largest lead of the game for the Bulldogs. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound to JJ. JJ brings it down the left side. He's going to be left open. Pulls up to the 3, leaves it off the mark. Rebound, though, to Brock. Brock out to Ribrick. Over to Year Out. Year Out, head fake. Kicks it to Harold in the corner. Harold's going to trigger the 3 from the corner. It's up and good. Going to get a timeout by Sandpoint. It's a 30. St. Mary's cut it back down to a 13-point deficit, 60-47. When you got to go, make sure you're good to go with St. Joe Potty Huts. From construction sites to community events, weddings to weekend gatherings, St. Joe Potty Huts keep it clean, convenient, and odor-free. Local, dependable, and fast, your restroom solution is just a call away at 208-245-4887. For clean units, quick delivery, and service you can count on, choose St. Joe Potty Hut, serving St. Mary's and the St. Joe Valley. Call 208-245-4887 and keep your event running smoothly. Got to get some Rory & Co. in there. St. Mary's will be on defense after the timeout by the Bulldogs. Under 4 to play in the 4th. Lumberjacks putting in the backcourt pressure. St. Mary's trying to get the steal. They can't get it. Ruth has the ball. Cross court back to the top of the key, down to the right side. Iverson, little head fake. Drives to the elbow. Backs the ball back out. Bulldogs still working. Left side, right side. Three-pointer on the way. And Iverson just cannot miss from outside. I got to hand it to Logan Iverson. He has just been the sharpshooter from downtown tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 three-pointers from Iverson. He has been what has really been the spark plug and the scorer for Bulldogs this evening. Quick timeout taken by the Lumberjacks. While we're there, Sorori & Co. invites you to 905 Main Avenue during Christmas in St. Mary's. They have gently used clothes and decor. They also have a tattoo artist in shop now, nails and pedicures, esthetician services. Stop by for Christmas in St. Mary's, sales, and hot cocoa. That is Sorori & Co. in St. Mary's, 905 Main Avenue. They are located right pretty much across from Pizza Factory in St. Mary's. 3:20 to go. St. Mary's deficit is the biggest it's been all night, I think. Trying to do some quick math here. Still a 16-point deficit. .320. St. Mary's made some substitutions out there. I believe that Brock Barta and Jack Barta on the floor. No. Who do we got out there? My lineup is not right. The JJ isn't out there, though. Oh, Sloper back on. 63-47. Sloper. Oh, fires it underneath. They got to slap it out to Harold, and Harold knocks down the three. I'm going to give an assist to Brock Barta. I don't know if that was the way that play was drawn up, but it worked. Bulldogs back the other way on offense. Right wing, three-pointer by Iverson. Don't let him shoot. That's got to be the first miss for Iverson. Harold with the rebound. Harold to Rib. Rib drops it in for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks still battling. 63-52, under 3 to play. St. Mary's trails. Bulldogs, right wing. Back to the top of the key. Oh, going to get a foul there. I think that might have been intentional the way Barta came out there and grabbed him. Coach wants to try to save as much time as they can. It's not going to be doing anything for shooting yet. Jack Barta comes out, or Brock Barta comes out. Jack Barta in. Landon Ribrick is going to get a breather. JJ Yearout checks back in. JJ at 23 points tonight. Strong showing for the senior in the first game of the season. Down to the low post. Oh, going to get a little bit of a reach there. It's not really a foul, but that's what I think it was. Sloper. No, they're going to get Gustav with that one as he tries to smack that ball out. Tries to create a turnover for the Lumberjacks. Inbound. Oh, Yearout almost gets the steal there. Just about a telegraph pass by Sandpoint. Yearout couldn't quite pull it into his chest to secure it. Ended up bouncing it off of his knee. Bulldogs inbound. Left side of the floor. Harold on defense. Driving all the way in through contact is Chamberlain. Got to give him credit. The Lumberjacks were all over him all the way to the bucket. 65-52. St. Mary's trails by 13. Sloper gets it to Yearout. Yearout, right side. He's going to drive the lane. Gets everybody up off their feet. Tries to still go up and put the shot up. Can't get it to go over the tall timber. It'll be blocked and rebounded by Sandpoint. St. Mary's, though, with a steal. I'm not sure who had the steal for the Lumberjacks. Then I think a block shot or turnover. St. Mary's steals it back. Sandpoint with the turnover. JJ with the steal. Jack Barta for an open look at three. It's up and good. It's a 10-point deficit with 1:30 to go. St. Mary's has time, but they've got to get some stops here. They've gotten a couple of them. Again, free throws. Oh, that was knocked loose lost the handle by Sandpoint. Sandpoint able to come down with the ball. Bulldogs stalling a little bit up on top. 16 on the shot clock. Coach Chase imploring his guys to get out on him. Yearout gonna get a hold of and foul number 4. That's Iverson. And it'll be third foul for JJ. Coach Chase trying to conserve some time on the clock. Oh, Coach Chase wanted to get a sub in. They're not going to get a chance to just yet. That ball will be stolen by Harold. Over to JJ. JJ for 3. It's up and off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Foul on the Lumberjacks. JJ had a good look there. Gustav picks up foul number 3. It'll be the 5th foul on St. Mary's. They'll send the Bulldogs to the charity stripe. Logan Roos, if you're going to send one to the free throw line, he's 2 for 4 tonight. Again, St. Mary's struggled. The biggest issue tonight so far has been the free throw line for St. Mary's. First free throw is missed by Roos. Ribrick's going to check back in. Gustav comes out. Second free throw on the way. That one is good. Timeout taken by the Bulldogs. It is a full timeout. Once again, we didn't get through them very much in the first half. I forgot all about them, but Sorori & Co. invites you to 905 Main Avenue in St. Mary's. They have gently used clothes, tattoo artist in shop, nails and pedicures, esthetician services, and stop by for Christmas in St. Mary's. They have a sale and hot cocoa. That is Sorori & Company in St. Mary's. They are right on Main Street, 905 Main Avenue. And they've got lots of cool stuff in their shop. And like I said, they do beauty services, esthetician services, nails, pedicures, and you can even go in there and get yourself a little ink. Next on the list, if I can find them, it's time for the big Christmas sale at the Country Fair in St. Mary's, happening December the 6th. Pick your discount from 20% to 75% off store-wide. Find toys for the kids, clothes for everyone, boots to keep you cozy, and the latest in women's fashion. Whether you're shopping for a gift or treating yourself, there's something for every wish list. Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. one day only during Christmas in St. Mary's for the big Christmas sale at the Country Fair, Main Street in St. Mary's. St. Mary's with the ball. Sloper has it, working right side. He's going to drive all the way down, gets that shot blocked from behind. St. Mary's going to foul the other way again. He's serving some time on the clock. That foul goes against Barta. That puts Yarbrough to the free throw line for the first time tonight. It's an 11-point deficit. First free throw is up and good. Second free throw, left short. Rebound to Year Out. Year Out gonna drive. He'll be fouled. Year Out battling out here. Comes up a little bit slow, but he's been in the game a lot. A little limp there. But that foul will be Roos's fifth foul. So Roos will foul out of the game with 7 on the night. Year Out has struggled pretty good from the free throw line this evening. That's been the one weakness of him this evening. First free throw is good. St. Mary's definitely wants to keep this game within 10. As close to that as possible. Second free throw is good. Lumberjacks a full court press. Year Out trying to get a steal. Can't get it. And Year Out will get a foul call.
And there's foul number 4. JJ Year Out is 4.
That'll send Yarbrough to the free throw line. Fourth foul on JJ. First free throw good by the Bulldogs. Second free throw is going to rattle home. JJ's going to drive the lane again. Nice move by JJ around the defense, up and good. 10-point deficit for the Lumberjacks. JJ's going to deflect that out of bounds. Oh, St. Mary's lets one of the Bulldogs get behind them, and that's, see, the St. Mary's going to let them run the clock out, or St. Mary's going to foul one more time. No, they're not. So the Lumberjacks will go to 0-1 to start the season against a tough Sandpoint Bulldog team. It's a 10-point loss, 69-59, but it was a heck of a battle. And I really think this game could have gone the other way, though, if St. Mary's shot better from the charity stripe. We'll take a break. We'll come back and look at those numbers after this, and we'll also pick our Taco About It player of the game.
St. Joe Oil isn't just a fuel delivery company. They provide a much larger service than most people realize.
St. Joe Oil can sell you a brand new Toyo oil stove and install it for you, and also keep your oil tank full. Not only that, St. Joe Oil plays a very critical role in our local industries. From logging to farming, St. Joe Oil keeps the fuel tanks full. From heating oil to off-road diesel and everything in between, call St. Joe Oil 208-245-2123. That's 208-245-2123. St. Joe Oil.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
Whistle Stop Coffee and More has come a long way from the little shop on Railroad Avenue. How far? Not only did they upgrade their Railroad Avenue location, they added a second location. That second location for Whistle Stop Coffee and More is on 313 St. Joe River Road. Both locations offer tasty drinks of coffee, Red Bull, or Lotus Energy, and food options, from acai bowls to cookies and delicious bagel sandwiches. Whistle Stop Coffee and More is the perfect stop for a quick bite and a drink on your way to work or school. Whistle Stop Coffee and More in St. Mary's. Does your furry friend need a bath? Don't want to deal with the hassle and the mess from bathing your furry friend? Make an appointment with Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop today. Barks and Bubbles, located at 402 North 10th Street in St. Mary's, will have your furry friend looking and feeling like $1,000,000 in no time. And guess what? No mess at home, no scratches, and no getting soaked from head to toe. Let Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop handle the work. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop also offers pet boarding. Call for an appointment today at 208-245-5755. That's 208-245-5755. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop in St. Mary's. And we are back here at Les Rogers Court in Sandpoint. Lumberjacks fall 69-59 in a pretty tight battle, honestly. St. Mary's trailed by as much as 16 on multiple occasions, was able to battle back and keep this game within 10. And again, we mentioned at the beginning, this is a 5A school. Sandpoint had a few advantages, and a couple of those advantages was height. St. Mary's is tall, not short by any means, but the Bulldogs just a slight bit taller. And the Bulldogs got the win here tonight in Sandpoint. St. Mary's will get to have Sandpoint in St. Mary's for a revenge match later in the season. Should be a fun one. But this was definitely a good game tonight. And I think St. Mary's competed very well with this much larger school. So definitely not taking anything away from the Lumberjacks in a 10-point loss to a 5A school. Looking at the individual number, the team numbers, Sandpoint shot 48% tonight from the field. And a big spot where the difference was made up, Sandpoint 65% from the free throw line. The Bulldogs had 15 turnovers. They scored 13 points off of St. Mary's turnovers. The Lumberjacks shot 38% from the field, 42% from the free throw line, 8 of 19. So if St. Mary's shoots where Coach Chase would love to see him shoot from the free throw line, if they were 10 of 19, this game is tied at the end, 69-59. So again, we always talk about how important free throw shooting is in a game. Even if St. Mary's doesn't hit that many of them, this is a 2-point game at the end. If they're anywhere close to that, above 60-70%, this game is maybe even in St. Mary's favor at the end. So free throws, a big key to the loss here tonight for the Lumberjacks, to be honest with you. Turnovers, St. Mary's had 17 turnovers tonight. Coach Chase probably not going to be too happy with that number, but St. Mary's did score 8 points off of Sandpoint turnovers. Lumberjacks got 14 points off the bench, while Sandpoint had 7 points off the bench. Another guy that the Lumberjacks could not stop tonight was Logan Iverson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3-pointers made by him as he worked his way to 30 points tonight for Sandpoint. Also in double digits, Brock Yarbrough with 10, 8 points for Knox Williams, 7 points for Logan Roos, 6 points for Derek Chamberlain, and 4 points for Kingston Corbett off the bench, 3 points for Caden Guyon off the bench. For the Lumberjacks, they ended up with, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys scoring tonight. My goodness, JJ Yearout went off for 27 on his first night of his senior year. 27 points for Yearout. He stumbled at the free throw line a little bit tonight. He was 3 for 7 from the charity stripe. The two that hurt the most was Marcus went 0 for 2, and Jack Barta. I showed Jack Barta is going 0 for 4 from the free throw line. I thought Jack knocked some down, so hopefully I didn't give him to the wrong guy. Anyway, let's see here. So going back to the individual points, 27 for JJ. 8 points apiece for Landon Ribrick and Jackson Harold. 6 points apiece for Brock Barta and Jack Barta. Gustav ended up with 4 points tonight for the Jacks. Rebounding wise, Yearout had 7 rebounds for St. Mary's. Gustav was 6. Turnovers, Yearout had the most trouble tonight. He had a few dribbles off his foot, a few things like that. He had 7 turnovers on the evening. Steals, 10 for St. Mary's. Sandpoint was 7. They won the steal battle. Yearout had 5 steals for the Lumberjacks. Rebounding-wise, St. Mary's actually out-rebounded Sandpoint by 2, 32-30. And St. Mary's even got more offensive boards, 11-6. So the height differential hurt St. Mary's when they were trying to operate inside, obviously. And it didn't really affect too much on the rebounding side of things. Again, like I mentioned, the biggest thing in this game for St. Mary's was that free throw shooting. This game could have been tied or very close to it at the end. But let's see. That's about all I've got as far as the stats are concerned. And I guess for our first Talk About It player of the game for this season for the boys, we're going to go with can't not go with JJ. He may have had the 7 turnovers, but his efficiency was high tonight. 27 points to go along with 7 rebounds, 5 steals, blocked shots. So JJ Yearout will be the recipient of the first of the season for the Talk About It player of the game, sponsored by, of course, Talk About It in St. Mary's. And that's going to wrap it up here from Sandpoint. Again, the girls play on Saturday in Grangeville. We're going to see if we can get a feed for that game. And good luck to them in Sandpoint. But that's going to do it for us here from Sandpoint High School. Les Rogers Court. Have a great evening.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFD 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjacks!